Yes. Karibu sana kwa Faith Clinics TV, your destiny partner. This is another good evening. We want to come to you through this show. And our main focus this evening, we are focusing on the youths. And we'll be talking about digital discipline among the youths. We're talking about digital discipline among the youths. So, our focus is to talk to our youths and let them know what should they be doing when they are online, how they should use their gadgets, cell phones, tablets, laptops, or even desktops, because there is a serious problem that we are facing today, that as much as digital gadgets are helping us and they can do a lot of good things, as much as these gadgets are meant to make our life better, sometimes they have gone to an extent of destroying some of our children. Some are found in pornography sites, and sometimes they are doing this even in the presence of their parents. And just because the parent is not even watching what you're doing, you find them, they are in those sites, and sometimes even in the church. We have seen people exchanging messages in the church, which is not good. So, this evening, we want to talk about digital discipline among the youths. And I have my guest who is going to take us through this topic. We are going to share thoughts together and see how we can help our young people just to be able to benefit and to get the best from the internet, from these gadgets, from their cell phones, from their tablets, especially because when the parents buy that phone, it is not meant to be used to do things that are not right, or to go to some bad things. So, I want to welcome our sister Lecho Steve. She is a youth minister, and she has spoken to our youth many times, and even she has been in our media houses speaking to the youths. So, Lecho Steve, karibu sana. Our sister is also a gospel artist, and she will share some of her experiences to us, and I know God is going to bless us. Welcome, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dr. John Joroge. It's always a pleasure ministering alongside you. I really feel honored and privileged. To my viewers, good evening and welcome. We welcome you to be with us on the show and also contribute, talk to us, and let's help each other. And having been given such a platform by our Reverend, it's such a privilege and honor, and we give God all the glory. I was just telling him before the show started that we need to be responsible digital citizens. And by being a responsible digital citizen, what do I mean? I mean, the moment technology was introduced to us, nobody gave you the rules of how you will live in this digital world. But I want to thank God because there is so much that is happening. Of course, some of it coming from our government, because just like we are living in this normal world whereby we are governed by the rule of the law. We have policies with laws that govern us. that you cannot go stalking anyone anyhow, stealing someone's things anyhow, because you know the law will catch up with you. As the technology world started creeping in the third world countries, nobody had prepared anyone on how to live in the world. So it's quite unfortunate that up to this moment we are still grappling, or the government is still grappling with ways in which it will ensure that digital literacy reaches to all people, including the young people, because today they are the people who own Android phones. These are phones that can allow you access internet. You can communicate with somebody who is in America, in Spain. You know, today we've done meetings with people from all over the world. So basically it's also a world on its own, and people need to understand that every world must have its rules and regulations. And simply because your church has not defined the rules on how to stay while you are in your digital space, because just like I am entitled to walk in Nairobi back to in whichever place in this country, as long as I'm a law-abiding citizen, I'm allowed to go all over the country. Same case with when we are in the digital space. That is when we access internet. Today we have free Wi-Fi coming from our internet, from our service providers. Probably you find that there are some churches that have free Wi-Fi for the young people, and for anyone else probably is allowed to access. So we need to understand that there are also rules that will help you become a disciplined digital citizen. And that's where I think most of our young people are missing it, and we have seen the consequences that have come along with not being a responsible digital citizen in the today world that we are living.
Thank you so much for that powerful introduction. And I want, as we look at young people, may I also say that this same problem is also catching up with those we may call maybe our parents, our elders. There are some who have been found struggling with issues of pornography. They have misused their phones, they have misused their digital space, as you have said. And therefore, even as we speak to our young people, we will also be speaking to our parents, our elders, that it is the time to be careful on what you do with those gadgets, or how you use your the digital space, how you get into internet. Because the technology that we have today, it was not meant to make our life evil or bad. It should be we should be getting the best out of it. So, I want to ask you, do you think our parents, or those aged people, or those who are above the youth age, do you think there is, in one way or the other, they have misused digital space?
Thank you so much, Reverend. I would want to start by telling our viewers this evening that the digital space, or the internet world, it has got a number of advantages. Because like I said previously, that it's able to connect you with people all over the world. Today you can communicate even with the President of the United States and tell him, like now he already, we've seen on his Twitter handle that him and the wife already have got COVID, and they are taking some time off so that they can deal with the issue. You know, we do not need it. It took a minute for all the world to know that. So I want to just bring about, and we are in Kenya and they are in America. We already know the president and the wife have already secluded themselves somewhere because of the COVID issue. And actually, yes, the church, we are praying for the president of the United States and the wife. And of course, everyone else is struggling with illnesses of whichever kind. So I want to say it has a number of advantages. Like now today, we have students who are accessing classes online. You can also access music. that is, of course, to say it is for the basis of entertainment. Anytime you want some form of entertainment, you can easily access it in the digital space or in the internet space. And I would say anything that has advantages, it also has some disadvantages. And our parents need to understand that in as much as they want to trust their children or their youth with the gadgets around home. Sometimes once I visit your home, I find your sons are busy handling the tech gadgets. And you tell me, when they are there, I know I'm safe. So I see the trust that is given your sons, and I'm just like, wow, this is great. But again, you need to know there are dangers that come with exposing young children or the youth in the internet space. That is why something like Google has come up with something we call parental control. It has a parental control that you can install in your tech gadgets, that's the laptop, the phones, that will ensure that every time your children or your youths are accessing some sites, there are some sites that are blocked from them. And of course, most of these sites are adult sites. So you find that once you use the Google parental control, you install it on your laptop, on your phone, on their phones, you are now your trust is more enhanced, because in as much as you leave them at home so that they can access their classes online, definitely their sites they will never come across. So they are well secured. So some people like Google have gone to that extent, and it's always found also on YouTube. We have such installations that is safer entry to YouTube. It is well guarded by installing the parental control. Again, we need to come back to us, and again, I want to come back to the parents. Just like when you're at home, you have to assign your children work. You are assigning them work in the normal world. Also in the digital space, they need to understand that there should be rules. There should be TV time, there should be internet time, there should be time. And you can help them. There's something we call the Google Calendar. It can help them, or Google Clocks. It can help you monitor your time online. So that once you exceed, it will always send you a message to tell you you've exceeded the time that you're supposed to be online. So I believe that parents have a great role to play when it comes to instilling digital discipline in their young people, because it's also, I feel so hard when you're in church and you're ministering and somebody is busy on his phone texting another person, and you can see them literally smiling, and definitely whatever you're saying should not be causing someone to smile, but instead to meditate.
And the other one on the other corner. And that is, it causes a lot of disruption, especially to the preacher. Because when you're up there at the platform, you're able to see the mood of the people. And sometimes you can tell that one is communicating with that one. And this is what I'm talking about, that even some adults, they have been caught up in this issue of misusing digital space, of misusing internet. Something very important you have said, maybe we need to talk more about this, or we might need to do some demonstration so much, even more than their parents. So I want you to talk to our youths in the church. Right here, and this is good for our viewers to know that this show, you are receiving it from Deliverance Church Southern Bypass. I have installed free Wi-Fi, fiber, very fast, for the sake of our youths who are learning online. And one of my rules, I have told them, anyone getting our